I think social media nowadays plays a huge influence on like younger kids, right? Like for example, like being a teenager, even 21, 22, 23, 24,
Yeah.
you're really still discovering yourself. You don't really know who you are
For sure.
in
Definitely.
unless you're going through some life experiences, right? And social media plays such a huge part nowadays telling kids how they should look, how they should act, what they should do, what's cool, what's not cool,
Exactly.
stuff like that, right? And
Yeah.
obviously the fitness industry and social media is huge, right? And you got all these guys like, oh my God, like this guy, this fitness guy, he's super successful, good looking, he drives crazy cars, lives a crazy life.
Yep.
I want to be like him. So everyone, it seems to me like a lot of younger males, they work out with real no goal, but just to look good now and just be like the people that are influencing them on social media, right?
Welcome to the Coffee and Banana Podcast, where we speak to entrepreneurs, thought leaders, executives, artists, and other cool people while grabbing a cup of coffee. In today's episode, we have the pleasure of speaking with Eric Shih, CEO of Ignite Fitness, who shares his battles with weight loss issues, his fitness idols growing up, and the importance of understanding your body type. All that and more on today's episode of Coffee and Banana. How's it going, everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coffee and Banana Podcast. I'm your host, Kane Dabir, and I have a special guest here, my main man, Eric Shih. Eric, thank you so much for coming here.
Thanks for having me, man.
So, Eric, what do you like in your coffee?
I don't drink coffee, but
Okay.
I take a bunch of pre-workout to kind of get me through the day.
That works.
Hey, one of my takes is Mr. Hyde, 400 milligrams of caffeine per 2 scoops.
Jesus.
I think a cup of coffee's got about 40 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay.
It's basically like taking 10 cups of caffeine per 2 scoops.
I see. Do you? So, would you recommend that to our audience?
Hell no. Hell no. Unless you're a seasoned vet in the gym. Yeah, maybe dabble in that.
Got
But
you.
really, if you're just into it and just working out by yourself, you don't really need pre-workout.
So, do you take a pre-workout every day?
Am I not looking at this? I'm just looking at you, right?
Yeah, it's fine. No, just like let's. Well, it's like a conversation, so we're just
Okay.
like
I'm
going
looking at
back
you.
and forth. Yeah, look at my face.
I don't even
you
know these guys.
Yeah, people aren't supposed to know there's guys behind there. Come on, it's gender neutral. We're
I
not
know
supposed
these
to tell
girls.
them. No, it's kind of the same thing now. But cool, man. How often do you work out?
Currently, I'm working out 5 days a week, and on the extra 2 days, I either take it as break or go do a little light cardio, depending on the weather.
Well, quick question. So, if you're on vacation, do you say like, all right, I'm just gonna take an L on this whole workout thing, or do you say that, no, I gotta make sure there's a nearest gym and do something?
Let's just say 2 countries I've been to. I've been to India. I've been to Taiwan. India, when I had to go find a gym, man, that was tough.
Damn.
And the gyms I went to were pretty ghetto.
Okay.
Taiwan's actually a little bit better in the fitness industry. So obviously every hotel I checked out in Taiwan, I made sure there was a gym in the hotel or around. India is a little tough. India was a little tough to find a gym.
That's really cool, man. I actually always wanted to go to India because I saw this. So it's like one of those like travel documentaries or places you should go. And it's like, if you go to India, the most expensive thing is like your ticket. Other than that, everything else is like dirt cheap.
Basically, yeah. I went to the major cities. We stayed in, I guess, more westernized hotels. So those were still pretty expensive, right? But nothing comparative. You were staying in the same hotel in Vancouver.
When did you go to India?
I went to India in 2012 and 2013, business reasons.
Got you.
And unfortunately, I didn't enjoy India as much as I want to, so I'll probably never go back.
I'll say never.
I probably won't go back anytime soon.
All right. But Taiwan, was that last year?
Taiwan was 2 years ago, just to visit some relatives and really just kind of take it easy, go on vacation.
Cool stuff. I want to go to Taiwan, definitely in the bucket list, and Hong Kong. Because everybody's telling me like, hey man, if you're trying to do business, you got to go to Hong Kong. I mean, I pretty much work with Asians only at this point.
100%. One of my buddies in high school, he's from China. I'm from Taiwan. And throughout high school, he'd always, talk a lot of shit. It's like, oh yeah, like, isn't Taiwan part of China? I'm like, oh, come on, man. Don't do that to us, right? After high school, he went to Taiwan for the first time, came back. He was like, dude, Taiwan's so much better than China.
Nice.
But I didn't say that.
Okay.
I was like, of course it is.
So who is this guy? Would I know him?
You know him, man.
Oh, do I know him?
You know him.
Got you. Got you.
Say, man, Ben Nye, big dick, man.
Oh, great. Oh, of course.
Yeah, you know Ben Nye.
Yeah, of course. Moving on.
Moving on.
Well, at the end of the day, thank you so much for coming through for the Coffee and Banana podcast.
My pleasure.
Just wanted to, of course, speak to you about a lot of the business endeavors that you're involved in, but most importantly, Ignite Fitness. What started this all? Because I mean, I was part of it a little bit, but I mean, like, what started this from the beginning?
Ignite Fitness. Let's just start about fitness in general. Grade 8, I had one of my mom's friends took me to the gym for the first time. I was like, whoa, I love this. You know, grade 10, started playing football, got more serious into it. I realized to keep up in football, be a little faster, a little stronger, right? And the gym is the most easiest place to get faster and stronger, right?
And like naturally, were you like a skinny kid or like chubby
yeah,
kid?
pictures of me in grade 9. I was pretty skinny. I was pretty skinny. Luckily enough, I have my height from my dad and my mom.
Gotcha.
But I was pretty skinny, so I put on a little bit of weight and just fell in love with the gym right away. Got to the point, basically, graduating high school and university, I saw the gym more than I saw my mom.
Oh,
And
wow.
you know, and I even lived at home too. And my mom just talking to me. He's just like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Well, I'm in SFU for kinesiology, you know, so I probably want to go do something with that, right?" And then slowly, I was like, you know what? I love the gym. I spend so much time in the gym. My life's revolved around the gym. Why do something gym related?
Yeah.
Right. Enter Ignite Fitness. Really, right? Ignite Fitness started more as a lifestyle kind of thing, and then slowly we became more focused on selling apparel, and then to this day, Ignite Fitness selling apparel.
Dope stuff.
Yeah.
Dope stuff. And like you have also like your personal clients that like you've helped, I guess transform their life is a little dramatic, but I think that fitness is such a commitment that I think transform works well because.
I wouldn't say transform, as I would say push them in the right direction to start their fitness journey.
Okay. Right.
It's just like everyone that I kind of introduce to fitness or get them going, immediately love it. Can't stay away from the gym, you know. Unfortunately, you know, there is only 24 hours a day. I can't have the time to really train all my clients. And with Ignite Fitness too, I've started the path towards online coaching, online training.
Awesome. I see that. I see that.
Personal training, really, the only people you can train are in your area, right? No one's going to drive 4 cities to work out for a 1-hour session. And then 4 cities drive back, right? So with online training, you can touch so many more people, get in contact with so many more people, and everything's online, saves you a lot of time, right?
Got you. Okay, cool. I mean, speaking on online, you definitely built yourself a pretty good fan base or like a following overall with Instagram or Facebook or everything connected to your Ignite brand.
Exactly.
Does that take a toll on you ever?
You know what? It definitely does. It did more in the beginning. Now, I would say in the beginning, you know, it was really, really, really tough and a lot of work to really build yourself on Instagram, right? A lot of work to build that foundation to reach more people.
And you're like always posting. Bro.
Exactly,
like you're always
right.
on top of it.
And you not just always posting, you want to post good content. You want people to come back to your page saying, "Oh, what's new with Eric Shih?" Right? You don't want to just, you know, take a picture of this table and be like, "Hey, hanging out at this table." Be like, "Oh, okay, well, that's not a big deal," right?
Yes.
You want to post quality content that people will enjoy and either refer you, "Hey, check out this guy's page," or always checking back, say, "Hey, did Eric post something new? Like, what's going on with Eric?" Right? So now I would say I just kind of focus more on posting now. Before, I would definitely try and outreach to as many people as possible and just keep building and building. But you know, I wouldn't say I have a lot of followers, but I would say I have a satisfying amount for me. So now I'm just really focusing on creating better content, just releasing it.
And like with your followers, I'm sure like you probably get a lot of DMs. And people are like, yo, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? Do you ever get overwhelmed by that?
Sometimes when I check my DMs, I'll press unread DMs, and it'll go back all the way to 4 weeks, which is the max, because they don't even let you track any unread DMs past 4 weeks, right? I'm like, oh, well, I got about 2 hours, time to go sift through everything. I get a little lazy sometimes because, I'll open Instagram every now and then, and I'll get bombarded with DMs. I'm like, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, wow. Maybe tomorrow. And then, tomorrow comes, like, oh, okay, maybe tomorrow. Then when I actually have the time to sit on the couch, just relax, I'll go through my DMs, like, okay, it's going to take a lot of work, time to go through and answer all that.
So, like, let's say somebody else wanted to brand themselves online as a fitness guru, or just as maybe talk about the lifestyle of working out. What's some advice you would give them?
I have a lot to say about that, but I think the main thing I would say about that is to make sure you're passionate, committed, and do your own research, really. Do your own research. If, let's say, branding, let's say they want to start their own apparel company, right?
Definitely.
Do your own research, see what other companies are doing, see which ones are popular, see what makes you different, how are you gonna differentiate yourself between you and the thousands of other brands out there, and what are the next steps?
I like that,
right?
Definitely. That's super important, because like you went the business route, which is definitely, I think, a lot of people are lacking in a lot of industries. So it's cool to be like, yes, I work out, or this is my lifestyle. But if you want to make this almost your dream, in a sense, you'd be like, I have to live off this. So why not find out a way I can differentiate myself from my potential competitors? Because once you get online, almost everybody's your competition.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but you do really well. I think like the Ignite Fitness branding is very consistent in all your posts. So we go to Richmond and then be like, Eric Shih, Ignite Fitness. I don't think like that's a thing. Like what, 10 years ago, would we be like, yo, man, I'm following this fitness guy online?
So different 10 years ago. So different, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, everyone's got really smartphone, right? Everyone's got access to social media, online, everything like that. And everything's so fast paced, and you really want to make yourself different than the next guy, right? Especially when I started, I guess, entering the game of Instagram. Cool. Let's say you have a great physique, you're a handsome guy. Well, so is
very
the next,
modest. Yeah, wow, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So is the next guy, right? It's like, and then after that, so is the next guy after that. So what makes you different than everyone else, right?
Definitely. It's very similar to like a lot of the industries that's online. Like music is really big, and a lot of people come up to me asking for branding advice, and I tell them that, of course, your product, or like your knowledge in this case for fitness, would have to be strong to start. But after that, you have to just make sure that you kind of stand out in your own way, so people can kind of, oh, that's this person, or identify you with something.
Exactly, right?
So that's something super cool. I would say, Ignite Fitness, when you started, I would say when it was more so like teaching people to get fit and transforming their lives with the app, and then later on transitioning into apparel, that was like a very cool move for you, because I know you're very passionate about everything you did. So you were like, because like you could have started with apparel right away, but you're like, I have to make sure the product is right, the quality is good. At this moment right now, what kind of products do you sell?
Especially about quality too, right? Like when we first started, we sifted through about 5 different manufacturers in 3 different cities. We got samples from each one.
Whoa.
Kind of talk to them about their method of making clothing and whatnot. I'm not going to dabble too much into sustainability or environmental problems and whatnot, but we just wanted a solid product that we were proud to put our name behind, right? And products wise, right now we basically just sell, I guess, except for caps and shoes, we sell everything else to do with clothing.
One thing I wanted to ask about you, actually, when I was going through your bio, I was like, this was interesting to me. You're like, there's a point of your life that you kind of fell off this whole fitness wagon. You were I know like you were very involved in SFU. You were like this football athlete since grade 10. Like when I saw you actually in 2009, this is kind of dating this for a while. Like we'd known each other for a minute. And I was like, damn, I didn't know Asian dudes were that big, first and foremost. But you're like such a gentle giant, you know? You're such a nice dude. You come off like with this look, maybe you're like, oh shit, I don't want to mess with this dude. But then after talking to you for a while, I'm like, oh, this guy is super cool, super like easygoing. And then find out that you play football and you like can turn it on real quick. I'm like, okay, I see that you've got like this, I don't know, like what is like a Jedi mentality or samurai mentality where they're like calm when they need to be, but when they got to go hard, they go there.
Yeah.
But then it's like all of a sudden you're like, you fell off that. And then speak on that. You're like, because on your bio, I was looking at it online that you kind of like, there's a point where you gained a lot of weight. Explain that.
Yeah, like, so I played football, I don't even know how many years now, but basically the peak of it was after grade 12. I redshirted at SFU for their varsity team when they made the transition to NCAA Div 2.
Dope stuff.
I would say that was like, at that moment, the peak of my fitness, peak of, my performance in sports and whatnot, right? And just keeping up with school too. There was four days a week practice, one game on the weekend. And I was like, and I live like 3 cities away from SFU, right?
Yeah.
So I went up with the coach. I said, hey, coach, I put a lot of thought into this. I can't continue with football anymore because school is really a lot more important than this. And I don't have any more time, right? And then from there on, I was focusing on school. I was still working on my own, but it's nowhere near the level of working out with a team. Right. So I kind of let myself go a little bit. I got a little chubby, still continued eating whatever I want, because when we were playing football, you just eat whatever you want, burn it all off during practice and working out. Right.
Of course.
So going through school, the stress of studying and all that. Yeah. I let myself go a little bit. And then once I kind of had myself back on track, the fitness experience and the knowledge, easy. It's just getting back in the gym and just kind of pushing yourself to building the body that you want, right?
So somebody out our audience listening who's trying to lose the last 10 pounds, 20, or maybe even 100, what advice do you give them?
Honestly, if I was face to face, I'd be like, look, how bad you want it? That's basically it, right? You have to, as much as a trainer, a friend, a family member pushes someone, it really comes out the individual making the decision, okay, I want to lose this 10 pounds. I want to lose this 20. I want to lose this 100. I want to change my life. I want to look better,
Gotcha.
So it comes down to me giving them that push. Look, how bad you want it. If you're committed, if you're determined, I got you. I go up to them like, hey, how bad you want it? It's like, I don't really care. It's not much I can help them
But
with,
how do you instill that motivation, because nobody's like as inspired by you.
It's true.
As inspired as you.
It's true. And, it really just comes down to different people's personalities, right? And obviously, if they already have the want or the need to lose that, they already have that motivation there, right?
I see.
So I would just say, keep going. Keep going. We all die one day, right? Might as well use that time to better yourself every day. If you're not moving forward every day, you're really just stuck in the same place.
Well said. Well said.
Amen.
So is that what inspires you? Like the fact that your mortality, you're like, I'm going to die soon, so I'm going to work out.
Oh, we can die any day, right? Rick Ross, hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I wake up, if I'm not doing something productive, if I'm not moving forward, that's just a day wasted. That's just a day wasted, right? So, and what's the point of wasting your day, So...
Rick Ross, cool. That's a good quote right there. Do you listen to hip hop when you work out?
I listen to a lot of things, actually. I listen to a lot of things. My girlfriend makes fun of me because every now and then I'll throw on some Disney music. But,
Are you talking about Aladdin?
Aladdin, Moana, Beauty and the Beast. I ain't ashamed to say it, man. But, no, I listen to everything, right? It depends what mood I'm in. If I'm doing just like a long cardio session day, I might not listen to something intense. If I'm going for that real heavy weight for 1 or 2 reps, I'll need to amp myself up somehow, right? Whether it be hip hop, a little heavy metal, a little rock, whatever I'm feeling that day. So my Spotify playlist is very mixed.
And hip hop, who's your favorite rapper?
I don't know yet, man. I don't know anyone. But
Who do you listen to a lot? Like you can actually tell Spotify because they do the year end where it's like this is who you've been listening to a lot. You know.
Yeah, no one in particular really, but yeah, Kresnt though. He's putting out some good stuff.
My man.
Putting out some good stuff.
Yo, you introduced me to a rapper though. I gotta give you a shout out for that. You introduced me to NF.
NF, remember this?
I remember NF. He's dope. He's dope. What's weird is like I actually got connected to his director, Patrick Tohel.
Right on.
I was working on a campaign and he was the director there, so we were just like chopping it up. And I'm like, whoa, this is so crazy. And that is the same dude because he just dropped another song recently. NF, bro, he's actually killing it.
Hey, I do remember that one night too. You were in Richmond. I was, hey, by the way, long drive home. Yeah. NF, remember this? Put on repeat. I remember that,
bro. I actually still listen to the song. Like
great song.
Whenever I'm in that actually, it's definitely a gym gym mode when you're trying to like. Because NF is like, he's like the new version of Eminem. Like he's the new Eminem.
Kind of.
Come on, like his voice sounds so much like M.
Kind of, yeah.
Got you. So, but all right. So you do listen to some hip hop when you're working out. Maybe we can see like an Eric Shih playlist or Ignite Fitness playlist sometime soon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just check my stories. I'm always playing some good music.
Good stuff. Dope. You are heavily inspired by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So, what about him, or is it his movies overall?
Oh, man. I think the best way to sum it up would be the comedian. Oh, what's his name? Super crude guy, but he kind of laid it down. You know, everyone was kind of giving Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit of slack for sleeping with his nanny or whatever. Whenever that came out, 2015 or something, right?
Great.
And then he's just like, cut Arnold a break, man. He came from another country in a different generation, dominated the bodybuilding world, became an actor, became governor, and you guys are giving him shit for sleeping with his or whoever character.
I think it was
nanny.
It was his
like
kids.
a housekeeper.
Yeah,
like,
something like that.
Something like that. It's like, come on, you try accomplishing what he did at that time, and you tell me he did something wrong. You know. So it's
people
like,
are gonna be like, comment section. Oh my god, I can't believe Eric Shih would support this behavior.
But like, you know, like he did something. He did something at a time when no one thought it would be possible. Mm-hmm. Guy couldn't even speak proper English for years too, right? Like you watch his old school movies, you're like, what'd he say? Hey, can we put on the subtitles? Like I can't understand it, right?
Yeah.
But like, look at where he is now, right?
Definitely.
Still killing it in movies too.
Yeah. I think like he paved the way for a lot of like the action movies for today. Because
exactly.
Like before him, like it was just like, let's try to get the best actor. It wasn't like the biggest guy. Maybe the dude who played Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Was that his name? Yeah. So other than him, there was like not that many people out there, especially in Hollywood. Then he comes to the scene, and because of him, I think John Cena exists, or even Dwayne, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Right. Because we accepted that, we're like, oh, this is cool, especially with the movie Conan. You know, the Barbarian one. I never saw it. I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks interesting. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm trying to think of my favorite movie. While I keep thinking about my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, I hope you're enjoying the podcast so far, and maybe you're thinking about reaching your next fitness goal. Take baby steps. Take it from me, like I'm trying to cut down sugar. It's gonna be tough because I love sweets, but I'm up for the challenge. I would also like to take this moment to remind everyone that we're on every single platform, YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. Please leave a comment where you can, and it would be incredible if you leave a positive review. Help spread the Coffee and Banana movement. Today's episode is sponsored by Sans Pro. Be sure to check out their exclusive collections of tees, vests, hoodies, socks, and more at sanspro.co. It's not com, it's co. SANSPAROLE.co. I hope I said it right. I think I did. I mean, I have this in front of me, so I should be reading it properly. But you know, you get stressed sometimes. Anyways, Sans Pro, check out their new mask collection on their website. And be sure to check out our social media at coffeeandbanana.com or add Coffee and Banana on TikTok and Instagram, where we'll be giving out some promotional items, and they're all exclusive. So definitely check us out. Thank you, Sans Pro, for sponsoring our podcast. For more information regarding our sponsors or our guests, please check out our website at coffeeandbanana.com. That's coffeeandbanana.com. We will be introducing a new segment on our show called Song of the Week. This week's song goes to Zone by Nessly and Kresnt, featuring Atlanta rapper Nessly. This EDM/hip-hop banger was released in February 2019 and needs to be on your gym playlist. Again, that's Zone by Nessly and Kresnt, featuring Nessly. And now, back to our regular programming with Eric Shih.
Mostly one for Terminator. Well, I couldn't even tell you.
I'd probably say I like Kindergarten Cop.
I saw that on Netflix. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I was like, oh, this is my. It's like when The Rock did the, or is it Vin Diesel did the pacifier or something like that? He was like a nanny.
Bro, The Pacifier is a lit movie.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a lit movie. There's this one scene where they tie this random dance to this sequence that he has to like unlock this thing. And I was like, oh,
he
very
just killed it, eh?
That was interesting.
That was Vin Diesel, wasn't it?
It was Vin Diesel.
Okay,
good,
yeah.
Wow, good memory, man.
Hey,
yeah, good shit.
It's a horrible movie from what I remember, but like, I don't know, it's so long
Bro,
ago.
it's you have to judge it for what it is. Like, it's a kid's movie. You're like,
It's
oh,
true.
you killed that role.
It's true.
You know?
He ain't no Dom from Fast and Furious then. He was just a big guy in a kid's movie. Mm-hmm. But I don't even know. I don't know. I'd say Terminator. I'd say Terminator. I've seen them multiple times. I'd say Terminator.
Yeah, I think Terminator. Most people would say. I'm trying to think of like any other iconic movies by him.
Right. Well, he did Conan, and like he was like huge at that time. He was huge.
I'm sure like we'll go home like, oh fuck this movie.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if I did quick Google search, I'd be like, oh man, I didn't even mention these. But for now, I'm sticking with Terminator 1.
Terminator? Okay.
Terminator 2. You played a bigger part in the second one.
Got you. Okay, yeah. Actually, you're right. Yes.
You did,
because the first one was all about the other guy.
Yeah, first one, he was just kind of like a mindless robot, right?
Yeah.
Just jacked.
Yeah, because he was the bad guy, right?
He was the bad one. In Terminator 2, he came back as like the good robot trying to save John Connor.
Okay, and then in 3...
I don't even remember 3.
Because at that point, he was a governor, wasn't he?
No, I don't think he was a governor until like 2008. Don't quote me.
Okay.
2007, 2008. I don't know. We were in high school.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. All I know is like I saw like one speech of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was like, "Obama hasn't done anything." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, damn.
He was like going in. I'm like, "Damn. All right." So that's what he's standing for. I'm like, I don't know his policies, but if someone asked me before, "Do you like him as a governor?" I'd be like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah, of course. He's the governor. What?
Nice. Lit. Works out. Cool. Well, my next question was like, was he an important figure to you, or like, who is an important like fitness dude that you looked up to when you were a kid?
You know what? And I can say honestly, I don't really find. I don't know. I can't really say that I have important figures that have kind of guided me throughout the way. Really, I would say all the people I've looked up to are the people around me. At least that I could that really influenced me, right? You see a movie star, he's a movie star, right? You don't know what he's about. He's just great movies. You just like him, right? But the most influential people that kind of helped me with my upbringing, it's just the people around me, right? People you meet in high school, your teachers, your friends, obviously your parents, right? And really, those are the people I really looked up to and kind of have shaped me the way I am now. Right, fitness wise, really, what got me going is just determination, trying to be the best I can. Right, in grade 12, I became a defensive captain for my local football team. Right,
awesome.
So it was really just trying to find a way just to push myself further and further. And yeah,
interesting. You grew up in Richmond all your life.
Yeah.
So like. Was there other like Asian dudes that you looked up to? Because there's not that many Asian guys that are as big as you. I don't want it to make it into a race thing, but it definitely is a thing.
I remember in grade 12, forgot his name, Filipino dude, but he was the first guy in our school that started dabbling into supplements. He's like, oh, I'm taking creatine. I was, oh, what's creatine? And he's like, it's like this thing I got from the store. And we're like, oh, like, what is it?
Yeah.
He's, oh, you get a little bigger and stronger. I was like, oh, what? You know, that was like, that was like the first like fitness, real fitness direction. I was like, okay, like supplements, like where do you buy them? Or like how much it costs? Like blah, blah, right? And, there wasn't too many big Asians in my school, in my neighborhood, really. But I remember working out before it was cool. I remember working out before it was cool. And like, I'd work out in my school gym and there would literally be two other people in there. They would just know what's always dead and whatnot. But then you go to a school gym now, man, every kid's working, or no, I'm not going to say every male, both males and females, but you definitely see a lot more male teenagers just trying to look good, trying to, just get jacked.
Got you. Bro, like it's interesting you say that, but before it was cool, because I would say I worked out before it was cool, but I didn't work out trying to be the biggest dude. So I was like heavy into basketball, and I was, I was like hella into it, and I was trying to be the best dude. And I learned about plyometrics. So like I was like, I'm trying to dunk. That's my vertical jump. I'm trying to increase it. And then I'm all these different forums, and I found.
You were telling me you did that jump program.
Yeah. So at first I did Air Alert. Shout out to people that know what Air Alert is. And then, but I could already grab the rim, just like. Just how, like, just by by playing basketball or whatever.
Right?
And then, but I wanted to like jump higher. So Air Alert helped me a little bit. And then there was this one called the Vertical Project, which it was like, not only should you like do some jumping stuff, but it said work out. Like that was part of it. And the main reason I was working out was to be better at basketball.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to be a better basketball player. That was my thing. And it was helping me. And then, now when I like channel that inner me that was trying to like work out all the time, it's that young kid that was trying to like make it to the NBA. Because that was my goal. It was like, I'm gonna try to become the better basketball player. But I never got caught up in the let me become like super jacked and stuff just cause.
Yeah, right. And I think social media nowadays plays a huge influence on like younger kids, right? Like for example, like being a teenager, even 21, 22, 23, 24, you're really still discovering yourself. You don't really know who you are
for sure.
Unless you're going through some life experiences, right? And social media plays such a huge part nowadays, telling kids how they should look, how they should act, what they should do, what's cool, what's not cool.
Exactly.
Stuff like that, right? Yeah. And obviously the fitness industry and then social media is huge, right? And you got all these guys like, oh my God, like this guy, this fitness guy, he's super successful, good looking, he drives crazy cars, lives a crazy life.
Yep.
I want to be like him. So everyone, it seems to me like a lot of younger males, they work out with real no goal, but just to look good now and just be like the people that are influencing them on social media, right? Which I don't have a problem with that. It gives them something to work towards, right? Push them just a little bit harder. But it was definitely different for us back in the day when we're just like the only fitness person we know was like, oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's that actor, right? He works out, right? Like that
made sense.
Like like what's YouTube back in the day, right? What was Facebook?
Exactly.
What's an iPhone?
But I do want to speak on what you were talking about. Like, social media, there's a lot of things that I'm not a fan of, especially when this like you kind of have to put this front a little bit, and you kind of don't know who's about it and who's not about it. I know you because like literally like there's moments where you're like upset and I'm like, what's going on, bro? You're like, I'm not eating carbs this week. And you're just like in a bad mood. And I'm like, all right, okay. Why? Because your goal was like, because you were cutting, you were cutting and that was your goal. I'm like, wow, this guy's really about it. We're going out to places to eat. You're not touching the food, like before this whole social media thing, because you recently became this guy who uses social media like actively every single day. Prior to that, you were like, man, this stuff's all BS. I don't care for it at all.
Dude, sucked, man.
Yeah.
It sucked.
And now, like, you're like one of the top guys, especially in the city, posting a lot of content daily. And I'm just like, it's a cool transformation, but it's good to see because I know you're about that life. One of the things I don't like is if that lifestyle gets glorified with the wrong person, then you see like you find out, oh, that person did steroids or this person did that.
And like perfect example, like dude, I eat McDonald's and church chicken like all the time, man.
Oh, yeah.
all the
Definitely.
time. And like yeah, cool. Like let's say Monday night, post a thing about McDonald's. Cool. And like everyone's like, Eric, how do you eat all this garbage food and still look good? And it's like I don't post the other food that I eat. I don't post the dried chicken I eat, the broccoli I eat. I don't post the vegan sausages I eat that taste like cardboard.
Yes.
Right? 'Cause no one wants to see that boring stuff, right?
Yeah.
And of course, like you got to think, okay, this guy can't literally eat McDonald's every meal of every day, blah blah blah. And I don't, right? I do keep my diet in check by eating other healthier alternatives.
Yes.
But like obviously we're still human, we gotta live, right? And obviously I'm gonna post things a little bit more exciting, keep the fans calm, right? And you know,
Definitely.
I always have people say, how do you eat all this deep fried chicken? And I was like, well, keep in mind, my workouts are 3 hours long, plus a little bit of cardio at the end, and I'm up early. I'm always moving, and I burn a lot more calories than your average dude.
Exactly.
Right?
And like you recently were sponsored by a tea company.
Shot time.
Shot Time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out to Shot Time. I love their stuff.
Yeah. So you were like drinking their stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, that's a lot of sugar. But at the same time, though, someone like yourself, you work out sometimes twice a day.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it's all about finding the balance.
It's all about balance, right? It's all about knowing your balance too, right? Like someone like me is completely different than someone like you. I might eat 3 times the food that you eat, but you know,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely do.
You and I will get completely different results.
I forget to eat sometimes, you know?
I know you
like,
do.
I'm just like, oh, I haven't ate yet.
I know you do.
I'm like, oh. But you know, I always drink my coffee.
I know.
Hey, we all got a thing.
We all got our thing, right?
Definitely, bro. Speaking of churches, why haven't they sponsored you yet?
Oh man, so I've been like, so I shout them out every time on Instagram, right? And they were
Do you have more followers than them? Because like, who follows churches? Like, okay, I actually want to know. Like, who actually follows churches? Like, what kind of person are you? Who is this demographic that is like, I love churches so much, I gotta follow them on social media.
I wonder what their new thing is, or like, what's their new post? Like, I don't even follow Church Chicken.
Yeah.
Right? They don't follow me back, which sucks.
Yeah.
But
They respond to your DMs. They comment on your stuff.
Yeah, right. And they're always replying to my DMs every time I shout them out. And they're like, "Thanks for the shout out," or "Give me a heart," or whatever.
You probably give them so many followers. You're the reason they're getting all these followers.
Actually, one guy he said, "Hey, what's your email?" Send my email. I was like, "Cool, we'll be in touch." Send me an email. What was it? Hey, thanks so much for the support. Let's find a way to do a collab. I was like, yeah, I'd love to. Blah 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 blah. And guy never replied. I said,
These guys.
Let's choke, man. Let's choke. I was like, why would you even bother reaching out to me, send me an email saying about collabs you're not going to, right?
Of course.
But you know what? I can understand because I'm assuming the guy just let it slip. You know, I'm assuming Church Chicken has a lot of
clearly.
Right?
People are complaining. They're
or
like,
maybe complaining, who knows, right? But I'm
prices
sure
are too low. I got this coupon that's like... Their coupons are ridiculous if you think about it, you know?
It's ridiculous.
It's like you get one burger for like $6, and then you get, if you get a coupon, it's like 3 for $2.
Yeah,
and you're like,
it's
wait, I don't
it
understand.
doesn't make any
How
sense.
did this work?
I'm still gonna get it. But
Yeah. You're like,
yeah, like they probably have so much traffic going through my email reply, maybe they just didn't see it, or he's just like, you know what, we don't care about Eric. I was like, okay, fine, I don't care either. I
maybe
love
next
churches.
video we just do like a church's diss, you know?
Oh man, I posted Church's Chicken post one time,
Okay.
and I just instructed a bunch of people to start tagging them, just to spam the crap out. It's like, hey, there's this one post, and everyone just keeps tagging you, and you know, they replied on the post, hey, thanks for the shout out, thanks for the shout, check out our page, blah blah. I was just like, reply to my email. I want free deep fried chicken.
Yeah. I had churches like all my life. I know some people are like, oh, that stuff's gross, whatever. I'm like, nah, man. Churches is life.
Unfortunately, I don't want to talk smack about KFC, but recently I've had KFC, no good at all.
Word.
Their chicken's just so dry, pieces are so small. At least Church's, you know, it's moist. They give pretty good portions.
Yeah.
I have had my bad share of Church's chicken.
Yeah, we have our moments.
Right, but you know, on most of the times, Church Chicken's good times. Man.
Yeah, church chicken is just, it's so no matter. if you're church chickens, if you're hearing this, sorry for all those comments.
Yeah.
Please keep going. Keep giving us those coupons.
Hey.
Like everybody that's been to churches probably knows the procedure. You get there and you're like, hold up, pull out your phone, churches or coupons. Yo, bro, do you want this? And based on the coupons, you'll be like, I want this or
Actually,
I want that.
I go to that location so much they basically know my order. 4 original thighs, 5 tenders, large gravy, and they know it. So if I even say, "Hey, I have this coupon," they're like, "Okay, don't show us. We know you have it." I was like, "Oh, sick, sick."
Dope, man, dope. Well, at this point, they kind of should know you. Like you got that Lexus with the Ignite Fitness on it, so they're like, "Yo, we know."
Yeah. Hey, it's the
Hey
chicken
guys,
guy.
it's Eric time. They're just like,
it's
okay,
like,
let's make a new batch.
Let's back up the four
All
original
right.
thighs. Do we have any tenders? No tenders. I've rolled up to Church's Chicken multiple times. They'll look at me and be like, "Sorry, no tenders." I was like, god damn, how'd you know? How'd you know?
Imagine the clout.
Yeah.
The clout where they're like, "Oh, guys, Eric's here."
Yeah,
just
it's
like, yo, just say no. Just say
Just
no.
tell him we don't
Like,
have a original. All spicy. He won't take the spicy.
For Eric, for God's sakes, the coupon is expired. All right, we're not having that promotion again. All right, I don't care how many times you tag us on social media. It's like, could you imagine that because of you, fans start stalking churches and these people? Okay, it could get too extreme, but
People have DM'd me. They're like, "Dude, I tried Church's Chicken for the first time.
Yeah.
Blew my mind." I was like, "Welcome to the good life."
yes, nice. See, like churches, come on, this is conversion.
Hey.
He puts the ad out there, the creative, on his social media. Next thing you know, he gets real organic customers for you guys.
There we
the
go.
least he can do is throw the man a sandwich.
Give me
Look at
Give
him.
me some free chicken, man.
Church's Chicken should really consider sponsoring Eric Shih. I mean, this guy is obsessed with health, but also obsessed with their chicken. He talks about it all the time. I mean, I love churches too, but in moderation. Health is wealth, everyone. Speaking of sponsors, thank you so much for Sans Pro for sponsoring our podcast. Check out our Instagram as mentioned and TikTok at add ADD Coffee and Banana. So that's add ADD Coffee and Banana. We wanted to get the real handle, but we couldn't, so y'all know how it works. So it's add Coffee and Banana. We'll be giving out some exclusive Sans Pro content. Thank you everyone for listening thus far. I hope you still have your coffee while you maneuver through the day. And don't forget your banana. We need that potassium. K? That's a science bar for you nerds. A final reminder to comment, rate, share our podcast. Let's spread the coffee and banana movement, Every episode's gonna get better and better. And why don't you contact us if you want to be a sponsor? Help us push the movement forward. And now, back to our regular programming with Eric Shih and myself, Kane Dabir.
Let's speak on your workout routine. Like, what's your do you go over there and just like lift up the equipment instead of the actual dumbbells? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I would obviously not trying to brag, but I want to say that my workouts are a little bit more intense than your average guy's workouts, right?
Definitely.
I was finding that when I wasn't seriously working out, I'd take long breaks, I'd chat with my buddies, I'd stick to the program, but not religiously, right? And then finally when I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get chiseled. I'm gonna make my body look amazing, right?
Yes.
I stuck to exact times of breaks. My intensity was crazy. I couldn't even talk because I was sweating and pumping so hard. My arms were on fire. Can't even feel my feet because I'm killing it. So honestly, my workouts, and for everyone else listening, I would say the most important thing is intensity. Doesn't matter if you're curling 50 pounds. Doesn't matter if you're curling 10 pounds. Intensity is everything.
Okay, so let's say somebody is doing 4 sets, dumbbells, curling them 20 pounds, right?
Okay.
So how long do you recommend their break? And they want to go as intense as you.
Okay. Well, it all depends on your goals, right? Let's say a power lifter wants to become as strong as he can. And then you have someone like a cross-country runner that wants to run as long as he can. These guys have 2 completely different goals, hence 2 completely different training patterns, right? Yep. I'm going to speak personally about mine. I'm focusing all about hypertrophy, basically building muscle mass, and my intensity kind of helps with a little bit of cardio throughout my workout. Yeah, it all depends on your goals, really, right?
see.
If someone just wants to, okay, it's summertime, I want to have a little bit more muscle definition and
Yes.
tighten up with the areas
It's,
where
it's gonna. I don't know when it's gonna be out, but let's say it's summertime. And
Sure.
I'm trying to get cut.
right, sure. We're not even gonna talk about cardio, but I would say, hey man, keep breaks from 15 seconds to 45 seconds.
Okay.
Don't be scared to do a drop set or a superset at the end.
15 to 45 seconds.
Exactly, real short. You don't even need the clock. Just count your head. Okay, 15 seconds. Next set, let's go. Right, perfect example today. I hit shoulders and back, hence the shorts and the beater, and a little bit of sweat just kind of still on my shoulders.
Good shit.
What did I hit today? Standing military press, 4 sets of 8, 30-second breaks, a little bit heavier. At the end there, I did a drop set. Next one was dumbbell side raises, 4 sets of 10, 10-second breaks. My arms were on fire, right? And you don't even need very heavy weight to really.
How many reps are you doing?
4 sets of 10. So in
What's that
total,
set?
40 reps.
And is this like okay, so do you work like 80% of my max, 60% of my max? How do you work?
And that all relates back to intensity, right? Let's say some days you're feeling incredibly strong. Some days you had no sleep the night before. You've been stressed all week. Obviously, all the weights will feel a little different, right? But pick up the first weight, do a warm-up rep, and you're like, you know what? It's going to be a good day. Or you'd be like, you know what? Oh, man, it's going to be tiring. Just focus on the intensity. Keep short breaks. If you're like, I can't do this for 4 sets of 10, lower the weight. No one's judging you. Or if you're like, wow, this is easy, bump up the weight a little bit more, right? You already have like a baseline of knowing how much you can lift. So play around that and keep the breaks short and then see how it feels.
And your work, I mean, I know you take pre-workout, you mentioned that. Do you have like a post-workout supplement with you that you take right after?
Yeah, so my supplements I take, let's run through the day. Wake up, protein shake in the morning, multivitamins, fish oil, glucosamine, pre-workout for the workout, BCAAs during, and a post-workout protein. Nighttime, I take another thing of glucosamine and Zename to sleep. Am I missing anything? No creatine.
Wow. Okay. How many hours do you sleep at night?
2 years ago, I slept. 3 years ago, I slept 8 hours a night, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, I slept 6 hours a night. It kind of sucked. And then for a year, I slept for 4 to 5 hours a night. Now I get about 3 hours of sleep a night, and I take naps throughout the day.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks.
But is this healthy? Have you talked to a doctor
I
about this?
I wouldn't even, I would recommend trying to get as much sleep as possible. For me, I'm literally Rick Ross. Every day I'm waking up, something to do.
Wow.
I got something to do. Sleep is one of those things. I tell a lot of people like, oh, how much hours of sleep you get? I was like, oh, you can sleep when you're dead. Ha ha ha. But really, sleep is so important to people. And like people don't really appreciate how much sleep does for the body, right? And hey, if I could, I wish I got 8 hours sleep every night.
Wow.
I wish, right? But just my schedule, things on my mind, things on my agenda, I just can't, right? So obviously I sacrificed a little bit of health, but in the long run, I still got a long life to live. Hopefully. I'll knock on wood for this one.
Yeah, I hope this is
Hey.
wood. Oh, is this wood?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, sick. I hit it again.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. We're coming up.
But yeah, no, I can't even stress how much sleep does for your body, right? And me personally, pretty short on sleep.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
You should get some sleep.
Yeah. What can you do, right? And I'm not getting 3 hours a night every single day, right?
Yeah,
obviously
for sure.
Saturday, Sunday rolls around, Monday rolls around, even like Thursday rolls around. I was like, yeah, I could push my meeting back a little bit more, get another 2 hours, right?
Good call.
But average, 3 to 4 with a bunch of naps throughout the day.
Wow, that is crazy. Like, do you find yourself like getting sick a lot or tired throughout the day?
I would say tired. I wouldn't say sick much. I'd just
good.
say general tiredness.
That's really good.
But you just take it as it is, right?
And someone like me gets sick all the time.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm pretty sure there are a lot more people in the world that live tougher lives. So losing a couple hours of sleep a night isn't the biggest complaint I have.
Man, that's what I like about you. You're almost like a motivational speaker every time I see you. You're just like, yes, but someone has it much worse.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. All right, I'll do this last rep.
Yeah, right? Think of the children. Okay, I'll pick up 15s.
Wow. Yo, bro, I don't like this water. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
Oh,
be
yeah.
happy you have water.
Yeah, you tell that to the kids in Africa. Say, okay, I'll drink the sewage water.
We'll take it. So you talked about a little bit about nutrition. What about like random things? Like, do you have? I'm sure you do, but like, do you like have nights where you just like drink a lot, just like partying with homies? Are you a smoker? You know?
Am I what?
Are you a smoker?
No, I don't smoke. My mom would kill me.
Still?
Actually, you know what?
But wait, before you answer that, how good is this?
Oh, so good.
Right?
Good call, yeah.
What is this called?
I'm going to say it's like doughy mochi.
Oh,
but
nice.
it's not mochi. But it's not that doughy.
What flavor is it?
I don't know, man. Banana.
There you go.
I do know. Smoking. I had a cigarette in grade 12. And I don't smoke. My mom hates smoking. My uncles all smoke. My grandpa smokes. The whole family smokes. My mom hates it. Right? So I dated a girl that smoked. That kind of sucked.
Oh.
That didn't last very long. Grade 12, I had my first cigarette. Walked in math class. I was in right after lunch, yeah. And the girl beside me just looks at me. She's like, do you smoke? No. And she's like, shift away. I was like, wow, I don't want this feeling anymore. Yeah. Smoked a little bit of weed. That was okay.
We're in Vancouver, bro.
I just got,
understand. We
yeah,
understand.
right. Weed just kind of made me lazy. I just ate and fell asleep. And, you know, people be at a party smoking weed, and they were just all like sitting on the couch, like, oh, I'm so chill. And I was like, okay, this is boring. Right. So smoking, not so much. Right. And obviously affects me a little bit in the gym too. If I smoke weed, I just get so lazy. Right. But I'm sure nowadays, like pharmaceutical companies will release like or make weed that gives you a little bit more energy.
Yeah,
too,
they released this thing that said that if you're like, I guess, high or you smoke a little bit of weed while you're working out, you actually burn more calories.
Oh, dang.
So I don't know if it's a marketing thing, but I saw it on my Facebook timeline, so it must be real.
I know a bunch of buddies that smoke weed to go work out, and they just say, yeah, they don't feel as much, I guess, pain in the muscles while they go, so they can work out for longer. I was like, what? How do you focus though? You're high as hell, right? Unless they've come out with weed that helps you focus more.
I don't think so, because like I actually worked out with some people that are like super high or played basketball with them like super high, and I would think it ruins the experience, you know, because like if you like what you're doing, then you shouldn't be high for it.
Yeah.
But weed does, man. At first I'm like everybody that smokes weed is just like on the corner doing nothing. But for some people, they're very productive and they work really well with weed. And I'm like, man, you guys, you just know your drug. You picked your right poison. You know,
Right,
that's good for you. You know.
Oh, I know a lot of smart people that smoke weed and study, and they said, yeah, it's the best way for them to kind of channel everything out and just focus, right? I was just like, I'd just be so hungry, man.
Exactly.
But regards to drinking, yeah, I drink more than I should. But again, like, yeah, we're all humans, right? We all got to live, right? Especially when you have a good group of like friends that you love to death, right?
Definitely.
And they're all like, yeah, let's go do something tonight. You know,
Give a shout out to Michael.
hey, shout out to Michael. Shout out to Ben and I, Big Dick. But you know, like, and like, you know, you got a good group of friends and everyone.
Pause.
Yeah. Cut that big dick part. But yeah, you know, and like obviously I drink a little bit more than I should, and I wouldn't recommend drinking anyone, right? But yeah, you still gotta live, right?
So Eric, being this fitness guru, being this good-looking guy on Instagram, you probably got a lot of ladies hitting you up. How do you talk to them in the sense of like, all right, I don't want to lose you as a client?
I'm gonna stop you there.
All right.
Don't worry about the ladies, man. I have a lot of gay men hitting on me, and like, yo, they got no shame, man. Wow. I've got like dozens of dick pics. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna unfollow that. Yeah, I was like,
I mean, like,
and then I'm not homophobic, but I was like, not for me.
I understand. So have you ever had, is this a client or is it just on social media?
It's just social media, man. Just social media. Some people got no shame, man. Which was like, yeah, that might work for some other people on social media. I was like, me, I was like, okay. And my girlfriend Emily, she's like, another dick pic. I was like, another a dick pic.
I can like imagine this.
Yeah,
You know?
and like yeah.
Shout out to Emily, she's a G.
Yeah, right. And I was just like, yeah. Well, especially the gay community, right? like the amongst themselves, like they're a lot more open about that kind of stuff, right? Where if it's like, you know, a girl talking to a guy that she's never met, she ain't gonna be like, hey, check this out, you know? No, there's some girls that do.
Yeah, but okay, hold on a second. Look at this. I want to talk to the dudes that just send out dick pics, you know? Shout out you guys, a lot of props. You guys have a lot of confidence. But I've spoken to a lot of women, I've consulted with them, and no woman's has ever been like, that's a great picture of a penis. Yeah. Now I would like to have sex with them because of that. Other than that.
You know what? Completely unbiased, though, for guys that send dick pics, I want to say 95% of all women will just be like, ugh. But you know what? I'm sure there's 5% of women out there that'll be like, game on. And I bet you the guys that send dick pics are finding these 5%. They probably know, okay, this girl's probably not about it, but send it anyways, right? And
but even the 5%, maybe it's like you talk to them for a little bit, they kind of feel you, and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna send them this picture. Find good angle, good lighting. All right, this is dope. All right, that wasn't that good, but it's okay. I got Lightroom. I can put a filter.
I would say no man starts out with just send dick pic, but unfortunately we live in a world now where it just doesn't matter, and people just do whatever they want online because they think they're online, they're safe. Yeah. But I'm sure there's many men out there. It's like. Send it, see what happens, right? Most of the times won't get a response, but I'm sure they're looking for that one time.
If they play with the numbers,
they play with the numbers, man. People buy lottery tickets. They're playing numbers there.
Yeah,
boom.
I guess. Okay, if by that regards it worked. Yo, can you imagine if girls did that? Like if girls were known by just. Oh, bro, another tit pic? Oh, shit. Not again. Fuck.
I get so many of these, man. I'm tired of this.
I'm tired of it. Why can't they just send me a picture of their face and then go from there, you know?
Talk about their personality. What?
Yeah. It's a completely different dynamic.
It would be.
Yeah. But it would be also nice, maybe.
Oh, yeah, quite. Shout out to Emily, what?
Yeah, shout out the girlfriends, first and foremost.
Hey,
first and foremost. What?
Yeah,
what? But cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Finally, like, with Coffee and Banana, like, thank you so much for all the advice you've given us thus far. Most importantly is, like, where do you get this hustler's mentality? Because you work like no other. Like, since I've always known you, you just channel your energies to a different thing. You know?
You know what? I'm not going to dabble too much on it, but really all of it comes from my mom.
Nice.
All of it comes from my mom. My mom took me and my little brother, at the age of like 4 months, me at the age of 4, took me from Taiwan, brought me here, and she was a single mom till now, right? Dope, and yeah, I would say all the hustler's mentality influences, whatever, just comes from my mom. Kind of, you know, she, right? Shout out to moms, right? And like, she just made it work. She had no support from family, no support from, I guess, my dad and whatnot. So she just had to come to a new country where her English was just garbage and made it work.
Wow.
So it's just like, okay, like, all right, mom, it's on, you know, like, so I would just say everything, every little push, every little bit of hustle, it really just stems from my mom, watching her as I grew up, watching her struggles, watching what she had to do to just kind of make it work, right? You know, and I'm not gonna lie, my childhood was awesome. My childhood was awesome, right?
That's
I played like 6 different sports. You know, my mom enrolled me in all these programs and all that. I got to go to summer camp, right? And like, I know a lot of kids out there that weren't as blessed, right? And I have one of my buddies in high school, you know, he told me one time, I ain't gonna forget it, right? It was Christmas, and he went and bought himself an iPod.
Yeah.
iPod, grade 12. Yeah, music, not
iPod.
iPhones, but
No,
the
iPods
iPods,
are out.
right?
iPods
Yeah,
are
the
out.
rectangle ones. And he said, I had to go buy myself an iPod. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, what did your mom get for you? He's like, no, like, my mom spent Christmas crying, right? Because she couldn't support, like, me or didn't get me anything, right? I was like, God damn. Yeah. I was like, damn it. I was like, oh, man. I won't forget it, too. His name's Calvin. Forgot his last name.
Yo, shout out him.
Calvin McCormick. I don't know.
Dope.
White kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so I would just say everything stems from my mom, right? And for her to raise 2 kids all by herself in a country that she's never been in, for a language, she's still to this day, her English is pretty good, but it ain't good as mine because I grew up here, right?
Definitely.
Still got the Asian accent, right? And she speaks like 3 languages, so shout out to my mom.
Yeah, man. It's the moms, like, but at the same time, we know the struggle. You know, like I was a refugee, so it's like almost similar. We came to another country as well, so everything is different. Like, imagine not having. Did your mom have any like friends or something here?
She had contacts. I wouldn't say she really had any friends, like no one to lean on, right? But she had contacts with like friends of friends. Like, hey, go visit my friend John. He lives in Vancouver. Like, right? So okay, well, when I get to Vancouver, I'll see your friend John. Stuff like that, right?
Nice.
Not like, oh yeah, my best friend John's in Vancouver. I'll go hit him up, kind of thing, right?
That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, like just like transitioning to another country, I think that one, we don't give our parents enough credit, the immigrants that come here, because we don't necessarily know the struggle. And then if you are the children of immigrants, you have it tough yourself. You know, I think that you could grow up with like this identity issue because you're like, am I Canadian or am I don't know, Chinese, Afghan, or whatever your background is before. But it's one of those things where it's really hard to describe unless you went through it, because there's a lot of challenges that we may not think about. Like, okay, imagine coming to a place and just like basic stuff like where's the doctors, where's the school, how do I enroll my kids, you know,
that like
all these like basic things that we don't think about,
right? No, and she's and like how do I pick which family doctor is right for my kid, or like which school has the best school system, or like how do I get involved more in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Which sports teams should I get my son to play in, or which instructor should I enroll him in? Like, and not having good English skills.
Of course.
Right.
And like these, like your parents are older, so they're coming in. It's not like you're like, what, 12, 10 or something?
Yeah, right.
Where you're still young and you're like, I'll pick up the language. You come in here, let's say 30 plus, sometimes 40 plus, and now you're like, your brain is kind of like, we good, fam.
Yeah, I don't need
and now it's like,
yeah.
now another language.
Yeah, just like, exactly, right?
And also work in that language, do business in that language, everything in that new language.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, but they did it.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
It's our turn. Yeah, it's your turn.
And that's a good segue. Okay. Eric, thank you so much for coming to the Coffee and Banana.
My pleasure, man.
Podcast. We really appreciate you. And you my man from time, but I appreciate your honesty. And as somebody who just always trying to get advice from everybody around, you always have the real with me. You're like, hey, bro, just letting you know you may never get super big just because it's not your genetics. But if you want to get X, Y, and Z in your goals, here's how to do it. You know, you would be very transparent, and you gave me like attainable goals. And then I remember like when you just give me simple advice, next thing I know, I'm like, damn, I'm getting more likes on my pictures now because I'm looking so much better, and you get more confident, you know.
Vice versa, man.
Yeah. Hey, my man. My man.
Thank you so much to Eric Shih for coming on to the show and speaking about his experiences. We hope that this episode inspires you to reach your fitness goals and the importance, as Eric said, of just doing it. He should trademark that slogan. Sounds like $1 billion idea. If this episode made you hungry and made you crave Church's Chicken, well, I don't blame you. I highly recommend their spicy chicken burger. Can't really go wrong with that. A huge shout out to the Coffee and Banana team, production manager Cole Weststeyn, audio engineer Ryan Lohr, and our wonderful sponsors. But most importantly, you for listening. Visit our website Coffee and Banana for more information about the episode. I'm your host, Kane Dabir. Enjoy some coffee and banana on the road to greatness.